Hello everyone, welcome to AET, a new ancient era technology. One of the primary features is directional combat. To achieve this, all you need to do is put your mouse down to do stab, and push it up to do swing. You can also further control the direction as you're swinging by looking up and down. You can see I'm now aiming at the head, and I can also aim at the legs. You can also block and sprint. Alright, so this is how you download the tech and set it up. So first what we're going to do is open up that GitHub link in the description. Then we're going to go ahead and scroll down, and where you see assets, download build dart rbxl. Then you're going to need Roblox Studio to open this. So let's double click that. Alright, so now that you have the build dart rbxl opened, what you're going to do is go into File, Publish to Roblox As, and go ahead and create a new game. Then what you're going to do is go into Game Settings, Security, make sure this is checked, and then go to Avatar, change this to R15, Standard, and Outer Box. Then go into the world, make sure you have these settings, specifically these two, and then just hit save. Alright, so now that you've published the game, we can go ahead and try to play it. However, there's going to be a bug, and that is that none of the animations are working. To fix this, let's stop the game first. Go into Replicated Storage, Config, then go to Workspace, Dummy, and open up the anim save. So now what you're going to do is export out each of these animations and change the ID here with your own. Alright, so to do this, what we're going to do is right click one of these animations. I would start from top to bottom, then click Save to Roblox. Now the creator matters. These animations will only work for games under the creator. So if you're making a group game, you're going to want to set the creator to the group. So then I hit Submit and copy the ID. Then this name is important, you're going to want to find that same name here, so we find block right here, and then just paste it. Then do that for the rest of these. It's essentially the same thing. Now there is a difference for the shield equip. It might be a bit ambiguous to what it's referring to because there's none of these are named shield equip. So this just means go under this one, which is the default shield anims, and then go to the equip, and then change that. Same for the shield holster, go to the shield holster, and it's the same for the weapon equip and weapon holster. And for the walk animation, you're going to put that right here. And so there we go. Now that I click play, everything is working. You can go ahead and just test it out. The block animations are working, swing animations are working. And yeah, there we go. Everything does seem to be working. Alright, so now that you set up the game, let's go ahead and do some more configuring. Let's open up the workspace, HD admin, and the settings folder. Now, we're going to scroll down till you see this ranks. Within the head admin, look at these quotation marks and click inside of them. Then type in your username. Then click out. Then we can go ahead and play the game. This is going to allow us to change teams as we now have permission to use the admin commands. So there we go. We get your rank is head admin. Then I can go ahead and click team, exclamation mark team, defender. And I can do I reach one. There you go. Now I spawn with the defender shield.
And I can do IT invaders. And I respawn. And now I spawn in with the invader shield. So you may be wondering, how are these shields actually going into my inventory? So if we go ahead and look by opening up the starter pack, the teams, and each of the individual teams, we'll see that each of them have an empty model. So now every time that my player loads, it gives the model that from the team that I'm in to my player backpack, and everything from the starter pack into my backpack. So as you see, we have a team only gear that will give each of these items to the team players when they respawn. That's why I had to do I respawn. And so that's how I'm getting these models in. However, you'll also notice that they're all empty, so there's no way these are actually giving me the tools. They're actually just an interface for the tool. And you can use these interfaces to your advantage. So let's go ahead and show you how you might do that. So you might want to skip this part if you're not a scripter, but we can go ahead and click play. And let's say you had maybe an inventory system or something like that. So we can go ahead into server and go here. And let's say the player's unequipping their item. So actually the tool interface is creating the actual item here. And we could delete those, and those would delete the item. However, a more simple way to do that is actually just to interface with their player backpack. So open players, their name, and backpack. Then if we delete these unnamed or these models that have nothing inside of them, it'll actually affect the in-game world. So you can see I deleted the shield and it deleted their shield. And I deleted Copus and it deleted their shield. However, we can also do some adding of new models or new tools. So you can just name a model. I'm going to put it in here so that I can name it before dropping it in. So let's name it maybe Sparta to give them a Sparta shield. Go ahead and put that in the backpack, and now it'll spawn in the shield. So we can go ahead and create another model, and we can rename this back to the code list. And now they have the code list. So that's actually, in a way, how you're getting different items when you team in, because the team script is basically doing that behind the scenes. So for the next part of this tutorial, which is creating a new shield, what we're going to do is open up the second link in the video description, which is the constraint editor. So you're just going to install this and restart your studio. I'm not going to go too in-depth into that. You might want to search up another tutorial. However, it should be just simple. Just click install and restart your studio. As you can see, it's pretty trusted, just based on some of the favorites and likes. So you don't be worried about it being a malicious plugin. Then what you're going to do is, once you have that installed, open back your Roblox studio. Alright, so now we're just going to find a shield model to set up a new shield. First, what you're going to do is click View Toolbox if it isn't open already. And I've just searched up for Tech Shield. And I found this one. So I'm going to just make sure that doesn't go into your starter pack. Then what we're going to do is delete everything within it except the variant shield. Then within the variant shield, we're going to go ahead and drag that up and just move it closer to the dummy. Then next what we're going to do is just open the variant shield and delete the middle or any part that's transparent, and also delete any welds or value parts like those. That way all that we have is just a model. Next what we're going to do is in tools, replicated storage tools, find the shield, copy that. Basically this shield is a boilerplate that you're going to look at. So now that we have the shield, we can go ahead and make sure that this model is rotated the same way as the shield. So you might want to go into your model, rotate, and select the rotate to be 90 degrees. That way you can rotate it nicely so that it fits. There you go. Now these two shields are rotated the same. So now we're going to take this shield, get the body attach, copy that, and paste into here. It is important that these shields are rotated the same. And This is because that way this body attach is facing the same direction both ways. So you actually don't have to, so you can ignore this part if you don't want to know the specifics of it, but the reason is because if we go ahead and add a decal to this, and scale this out so we can just see it more. The decal is facing this side of the part, and that's why the body attach always needs to have its front face facing back from the shield. So just so that you don't have to think about this and keep adding a decal to see which side it's facing, that's why you just make it the same rotation and just copy over the body attach so that you know it's facing the right way. Then what you're going to do is just put it somewhere around, the shield strap. It doesn't have to be accurate yet, because what we're going to do is just take this, we're going to rotate it once again with our 90 degrees, and now it's going to be on the left side of the character, the left side of this dummy, and what you're going to do is first position the body attach. How you're going to position the body attach matters a lot. So what you're going to need to do is first move the body attach just out and make sure it's in the middle of this whole limb. Ignore the hand, just think of it as being the middle of this part. So as you can see, that looks about the middle. There's equal spacing from the top and the bottom right here. So what you're going to do is just first place in the middle, then you're going to make sure that it's just on the edge. As you can see, you're going to place that right on the edge. It's barely there. Like the blue outline is just on the edge. It's just on the surface, and it's not really inside. Like it should be inside like this, but on the surface. Then you're going to select all the other parts. I do click and then shift and click the other part at the end. And now we can actually position the shield correctly in any way that we want. So as long as you've positioned the body attach correctly, this will position correctly. You can go ahead and position it like so. The reason we need to position the body attach correctly is so that the offset between the body attach and all these other parts are the same, or basically they'll work when you put it in animation. It might sound a bit confusing, but just know that you have to put the body attach in that position. And it also does need to be named body attach, that is important, so make sure that name isn't gone. Then we're going to take these unions. So they do seem like they're in a good position. I'm just going to move them a bit, like maybe to the left, to the right. Alright, so yeah, that seems good. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and click this body attach, and then we're going to go ahead and command or control click each and every other part. You don't do shift click in this case. Then you're going to go into plugins and find that new tool plugin or the constraint editor plugin, and then find the option which has new weld. So click new weld, and then all of the welds will be attached to the first part you click. That's why it's important that you click the body attach first, and then every other part, and then click the new weld. So that way it parents all the welds under the body attach. Now you're going to hit the body attach and make sure that it is can collide, and make sure every other part is not can collide. And also make sure they're all maskless. Alright. Oh, there it is. Alright, so there we go. Now, all these parts are maskless, and all of them are cannot collide except the body attach. Alright, so there we go. We're almost done. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a name for the shield. The name must be unique, as that's basically the identifier for the shield. So I'm going to name it Lake Tech Shield, or I don't know, I'm just going to name it. So we're going to go ahead and drag this in to the tools. And there we go, but there's one more step that we need to do before this is fully finished, and that is open up the config. And then within config.tools, all you're going to do is type in, so create a bracket, inside of it have a quotations with a lake inside, and then equal sign, default shield, and then put a comma at the end. Well, you don't have to, but that's all you do. So if you don't really understand, you can just copy this, how it is on my screen, and put it on yours. And then we can go ahead and close that. Now to add the lake shield, I'm actually just going to rename this neutral shield to lake, so it gives me a lake shield instead. Alright, so now that we set up the lake shield and made it the default shield, we can go ahead and test it. So I'm going to switch to the test tab and hit start with 2 players. Alright, so game is loading. Got both of the players here. Alright, so the shield is so far working. You go ahead and make this guy guarding. Switch over here. And let's go ahead and see if it works. Alright, so it does work. Go ahead and bypass that shield by moving away. And so yeah, looks like it does work. And so yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's how you set up the tech, and yeah.